remember the day my anger boiled over into violence. Tried to bury that memory deep in the desert sand. But at night the bones awake and point their fingers. And I remember. I remember. I remember how I tried to help, but people twisted my intentions. Tried to bury that memory deep in the desert sand. But at night, the bones awake, point their fingers, my resentments. And I remember. I remember. I remember the way the man who raised me shut his heart hard against me. Tried to bury that memory deep in the desert sand. But at night, the bones awake and point their fingers until I'm defenseless. And I remember. I remember. I remember, even though for so long I've tried hard not to, but I remember. I remember. Dragging up the memories buried in the sand. I remember. I choose to remember. Choose to remember all of it. And surrender. I remember. Seems to me that being willing to remember and actually face our memories, even some of the most difficult ones, is a really important part of the journey of healing. And sometimes I use that phrase as a mantra, like I choose to remember. I remember. I'm gonna press in and just repeat that until I can actually begin to do it. I remember. I remember. I choose to remember. I'm going to press into this memory or that memory, no matter how painful or embarrassing or frightening or whatever it may be, whatever it may stir up. And so I used Moses as an example here. This is kind of set in between the time that he got rescued, got raised by Pharaoh, and then tried to intervene. He tried to do some good things. Good things in quotes, and had to flee and run away. And I'm imagining him out in the desert thinking back on the events of his life that got him to where he is, and separated from family, separated from everything that's familiar to him, and just wondered what he thought about and what he remembered out there in the desert, before some other significant events in his life that I'll look at in other meditations. But this is the I remember mantra. I remember, I remember, I remember.